We want to turn now to NBC News royal commentator Daisy McAndrew. And Daisy, when we saw that statement from the palace this morning expressing concern for the Queen's health, the signal was very clear that there is something gravely wrong with the Queen's health. What are you hearing this morning?
Exactly that. Everybody, whether they're either royal watchers or just ordinary members of public here in the UK, I think once they've heard the news, they've heard the palace saying this is serious, the Queen's condition is serious. We know that the worst could be coming. Obviously, people are hoping for the best, but I think people are now preparing for the worst. The smoke signals coming out of Holyrood, the fact that Charles's siblings are all travelling there, that is very significant, because on the death of a monarch, of course, the next in line to the throne is nearly always there, if they possibly can be there. At the moment of passing, Charles will then be the monarch. And at that moment, his siblings will have to kiss his hand and he will be the king. So it's not just that they would want to be there if their mother was poorly. For the siblings of Charles, there's a constitutional and a traditional element to this, which is another signal that this is very grave.
Daisy, does that, I mean, I'm listening to you say that it's quite extraordinary, both the personal reasons that a child would want to be at his or her mother's bedside, but this constitutional duty as well, quite reflective of the dual roles that this family takes on. But are we to understand that in a scenario like this, that Prince Charles would be sitting vigil at his mother's bedside? Is it that close, the constitutional requirement or desire?
I think the desire would be there. Constitutions, ours isn't written, the Constitution, that there are traditions and there are moments where the next in line becomes the king, and it's not on the coronation, it's the moment that the parent dies. So obviously that's deeply significant, but we know that Charles has been spending an unusual amount of time with his mother over the last few days and weeks whilst she's been at Balmoral. I mean, it's extraordinary to think that only 48 hours ago, the Queen was saying goodbye to Boris Johnson as the outgoing Prime Minister, accepting his resignation, and she was anointing Elizabeth Truss, Liz Truss, you see the picture there on your screen now, she was anointing her the next Prime Minister. That is only 48 hours ago. And obviously, we are all keeping everything crossed that this is a short-term bout of being bedbound and she'll be back. But there is